So in today's video, we're going to talk about how I went about finding crew and actors for my first and second film, or how I didn't. Stay right there. You're going to want to see this. Hi, I'm Mike Turner, your friendly filmmaker, and today I want to talk about how I went about finding actors and crew members for my first and second film. So I found the actors by going on Craigslist and putting out a synopsis of my movie and listing the different characters that I needed, or the different actors that I needed to fill the character roles, and just waited for people to respond to me. And I did get a fair amount of people responding. When I say fair, I mean like 7 or 8 people, but that's really all I needed because there wasn't really that many characters that I was looking for. So I got those people through Craigslist, and I also got a few other people from a listserv that was in my local community. I'm in the upstate New York area around Albany, and there was a listserv, and when I say listserv, I'm talking about an email listserv where actors go to find work and where directors go to look for actors. So I went on there and I, again, just listed a synopsis of the movie and did the same thing that I did on Craigslist, and I had some people reach out to me. Then what I did was I held those auditions at the local library in Albany because it's free. It doesn't cost anything to reserve the room and use it for auditions. So I did that and held the auditions, and I casted my crew. Very simple. It was really that easy. I didn't have a ton of people come out to the auditions, but I had enough to get me the characters or the actors and actresses that I needed. So it worked perfectly. Now, also in that film, I needed some students. I needed some younger people to be in a scene where there was a classroom. So I just tapped my resources. You know, luckily, my wife works in education. I know a lot of her friends. And I reached out and I said, hey, you know, I need some kids for this movie. Not to mention, I had also helped out in the high school that I went to before anyway, because I went there and I was helping out in their media class. And I did that for free for a while. So I think that helped. You know, I helped them, they helped me. Very simple. I was able to shoot a scene in the school. I was able to utilize their students in the film. They signed releases, they did everything properly. Perfect. So that's how it worked for me. That's how I found the actors from the first film. Now let's talk about the crew from the first film. Well, when I shot in the school for that one shoot, some of the students helped me with some of the crew work. You know, they were boom operators and whatnot. They were helping me out, so that was great. Now, that was just one shoot. There was 6 shoots on that movie. So who was the boom operator for the rest of the time? Well, that was trickier. So basically for all the other shoots, I really did not have a crew. I had people that reached out to me through Craigslist who said they were going to help. They did not help. I had some friends that I reached out to who said they would help. They did not help. So that's what I experienced. And you may experience the same thing, but that didn't stop me. I just did it all myself. It is what it is. I know how to use a tripod. I know how to use mics, blah, blah, blah. I just did it myself. Now, I was fortunate enough that for those 5 other shoots, because it's really hard to boom operate and operate the camera yourself, it's damn near impossible. So, oh my God, there's bugs and shit. Sorry about that. Yeah. Lost my... Yeah. Okay, so... Yeah, I forgot what I was saying. So I did have boom operators on every single shoot, and there were 6 shoots. So basically the first shoot, I was able to reach out to a friend who I went to school with. I took a vocational course for filmmaking in my area. It was a 6-month course. And I reached out to one of my classmates and said, hey, could you help me with my film? And he came and he helped me out with the first shoot and served as the boom operator. He was unable to help me with any of the other shoots because he was just busy at work and everything else. So what I did was I used one of the actors who was not in those particular shoots to be the boom operator, and that worked out fine. So sometimes what you may have to do for your crew, because it's hard to find a crew, is use some of your actors to be the crew. So that was my crew. My crew was me and one other guy, pretty much for the whole first film. That was it. Like I said, the actors were easier to get. Crew was damn near impossible. Now for the second film, this is where it gets interesting. Now for the second film, because I did that first film and I had something to show and people could see that I could make a film from start to finish, now they were interested in working with me. I didn't have to work as hard to find people because people were just asking me to work on my film. True story, that's what happened. So on the first film, I served as the cinematographer. On the second film, I did not have to serve as a cinematographer because I am part of a film networking group in my area. There's another tip for you. See if you can find a film networking group, then you can find people to work on your films. Because you'll be networking with people. You might be able to find some people that might want to help you. But anyway, I screened my film for the film networking group. People saw it, and a gentleman approached me and said, hey, you know, I love shooting films. I would love to work on your second film. True story. So the second film that you saw, that was shot by Anthony Solomon. I did not have to shoot that. He has he had better equipment. Now I have some better equipment, but at the time, he definitely had equipment that was way better than mine. Actually, and a lot of his equipment still is way better than mine. So it was definitely, I was definitely fortunate to have him on board for the second film. And like I said, I didn't have to hunt for him. He found me, or we found each other, I should say. Now, what about the actors? Now, for the second film, I was the main actor in the second film. I didn't feel like having to coordinate schedules like I did in the first film. It was hard. You know, when you have a lot of actors involved, you got to coordinate a lot of schedules. And I just wanted to keep it streamlined. I know I can act, so I was like, I'll do it. So that's how we did that. Not to say there weren't other actors in the film, there were. I reused one of the actors from the first film in the second, and then I had an actress reach out to me, who's a friend of mine. When she saw my first film, she was like, oh, I didn't know you make films like that. I would love to be in your second one. So I just said, hey, sure. So that's how that worked out. And then I also used her husband as an extra. One of the actors in the second film, I used his son as an extra. His son also helped me with some of the crew tasks and stuff, and he brought some friends along that also served as extras and also helped with some of the crew work as well on one of the shoots. And the other shoots were just so simple that all we really needed was my DP and me, the actor. And by the time I did the second film, now I had some better equipment. I have a wireless lav system. That's how I got the sound. So I really didn't need a boom operator anymore. I just use a wireless lav, the same wireless lav I'm using to make this video. I used it to make the second. There was only one shoot where we used the boom operator. That was the first shoot that was shot in my house. We used the boom operator for that, but god damn. Oh, okay, this video is almost over because these mosquitoes are biting me. I'm done. All right, so the first one, like I said, the first shoot we used the boom operator, and I barely used the sound from his mic because I just used mostly what came from the lav. So that was the second film. So anyway, in a nutshell, that's how I found the actors and actresses in the first and second film. First film, I had to really hunt for them. I had to use listservs. I had to use Craigslist. Second film, it was using people that I've already used in the first, using myself, and then people just approached me to be in it. Really simple. So there you go. Hopefully that helps you. Get your first one done. Your second one's gonna be easier. I guess I'll see you soon.